And that, Couchman, is how we know the Earth to be banana-shaped. Oh, hello there. We didn't hear you come in. By the way, that was a Monty Python Holy Grail reference for anyone under the age of really, really old. I am Kieroneus, and I am the man with no plan, as you can plainly see. And lurking between the cracks of the cushions of your mind is Couchman. This... Couchman, I was building up to this all day. Let me savor this moment. This is episode 100. We think.
We think.
I'm pretty sure it's episode 100. We've like, I don't think anybody gets this. By the way, headphones coming off. I don't think anybody gets this. But I don't actually know if we're at 100 episodes. We probably are, but the fact of the matter is that when we got to 90 followers, I started numbering the shows after 90 because it was such a momentous occasion for us.
Wait, seriously, it's only been 10 weeks since we've hit a 90 followers? Well, 10 weeks, give or take.
Give or take, yes.
That doesn't seem right.
Hey.
Holy crap.
We got good momentum, considering that we don't have much of a campaign other than me exhaustively going on the internet and constantly tweeting and Facebook posting and all that. That's really all we've got to our name in terms of ads.
Or writing the name on a whiteboard.
Right.
That was a new one today, I will say that. That was a new one.
To the robotic crew here on the moon base.
Who isn't listening?
Which one of you mindless slave drones hasn't been following? I told you to create an account, create multiple accounts, and follow, okay? It's not that difficult.
Oh, that's funny.
And they were just like, beep, boop, screw you.
Beep, boop, here's the finger.
They gave,
sit and spin.
They gave me the binary code for up yours, which is 001000001. No, I don't know what binary.
Oh, I swear, I used to know binary.
Sure there's some nerd out there who's like, that's not actually what you said.
Oh, I used to know binary. I actually was pretty good at writing it, but then I realized it's really stupid.
If anybody could actually decipher what I said, please let me know in the comments. I'd be interested to I'm going to attempt to tell you to like and subscribe to Kieroneus TV. Please click the 100100001010101 button. Let's see if that... And we'll just sit back and watch as the subscribers roll in. Oh, Kieroneus, you are too crafty.
Right.
So episode 100. Again, I'm fairly confident that this is 100. After all, I've been doing this for 2 years. Just start mostly on my own back on North Coast. So I'm pretty much counting those episodes too. So really, we're probably way past the 100 mark. You yourself joined at around Couchman here.
Yeah.
You yourself joined around you were 2017-ish.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm trying.
Your eloquence tonight.
Right. No. I got an issue going on right here. We got some tomfoolery going on at the message boards that...
Oh, don't worry about that. That's just the wise spot.
No. Somebody's being an ass.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I gotta deny some things.
Okay.
Yeah, so, dude, just... I don't need that shit tonight. Go somewhere else, please.
Wow.
The only time I will say leave this channel will be to you.
Okay.
Congratulations. You are the king jackass.
On this, the most momentous occasion, where Couchman once again drops an S-bomb. I'm sorry about that, but that compared to what this dude was trying to put on our message board is... That's fine. We don't care about him. What we care about is that this is Kieroneus TV. We are at episode 100, and we have got a lovely show for you tonight. I say lovely, and by that I mean probably toxic.
Yay.
Because, anybody who doesn't like a thing that you produce now is considered to be toxic. More on that later. Oh, please, God, no. You know, I love how everyone hated her, and then they went back to liking her. You know, it's just like an overnight thing. It's like, am I crazy?
No, I think. Well, no, okay. What happened is that it turned 2010, and the 90s became like rose-colored glasses. We've talked about this before.
Yeah, you're right.
90s
actually.
is not that good. Let's calm the Fraggle down.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, newcomer, I like your name, Smelly Kid. Your username is Smelly Kid. That's pretty great. I mean, he could just be like one of those proxies, you know, one of those little fake IDs people make just so that they control people. But it's fine. We don't care. We've dealt with trolls before.
Right.
I dealt with trolls I killed my first troll as I waded the fjords in my fur armor with 2 axes in each hand. That's right. I was carrying 4 axes.
This show just went ready, set, go, and the entire thing blew up.
Well, hey,
I love this 100 episodes.
Well, hey, it's the 4th of July, Couchman.
It is, man.
We got to celebrate our independence
from your schedule, from your show doc.
Right. Well, for the program log.
From the program log. Yep, independence from the program log.
Hey, I'm stalling for time, Couchman. Besides, we've got plenty of time. We've got plenty of things to talk about. The guerrilla. Sorry, it's called Red Faction. I believe it's guerrilla warfare. I don't know. Obviously, I research. The reason I bring it up is specifically because you can already tell how much I cared about it in the first place.
Right.
I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna stick to the script now because it'll help me from saying something I'll really regret.
Ooh.
So I have this thing where I overthink stuff, and it's been driving me crazy. As some of you are probably aware, Red Faction Remars Turd is here.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Boo.
Seriously. I've been booed off of plenty of stages, and let me tell you, this will definitely get a tomato thrown at you. Now, I actually played it before on the Xbox 360, so I have some prior exposure to it. From what I remember, though, I hated it. Not because it was a bad game, and not because it got too political. What bothers me is that it didn't make any damn sense.
It wasn't political enough.
It didn't go too far enough. You play as a normal guy. I think he's a fireman or something. And while that admittedly makes him far superior to myself, he's still very much human. That said, why is it that he can just blow into a joint and dismantle it at its very foundation with a few quick swings of his axe? Jason Voorhees can't even break down a building like that in Friday the 13th game. He's an immortal hellbrute. I was going to use another word, but it was offensive, so I abstained. I kept telling myself, it doesn't matter, but it did. Which was a shame because that aside, breaking down buildings was really cool. I guess what I'm trying to say is that my opinion is completely invalid when it comes to this game. Because obviously I'm too conflicted to make a very valid judgment on it. There's really nothing wrong with it based on my admittedly limited playtime. If you could think of something wrong with it, I would love to read it. Comment now or below if you're watching this on YouTube. What I would really love is if someone would help me hate it less. I'm overthinking it, I know, but the fact that you're just a flesh and blood guy bringing down buildings like Wreck-It Ralph takes me right out of it. I mean, it's not like you have superpowers or some kind of power armor. You're just a guy. Couchman.
No, you're just a guy, Couchman. Hey, don't know. I'm an alien.
Well, way to blow that up.
Yeah, right.
Cat's out of the bag now.
No, my thing is, okay, do they explain why he doesn't need, like, an air helmet? Like, he's on Mars, right?
Not really. I think they terraformed it. Like I said, I didn't get very far.
Well, then obviously, like, he's not a human. He's not breathing.
I think they terraformed Mars, Couchman.
Never.
I think
You be quiet, okay? I'm trying to help you. And that's the other thing.
No,
okay.
help me hate it less, okay?
No. That's the problem with your statement. Help me hate it less. You hate something, you're just going to hate it, right?
But
like, why do you want to like this game?
because it's actually pretty good. It's actually, like I said, wrecking the buildings was fun.
So would you say it's stupid fun?
Yeah.
Okay, then it's stupid
It's
fun.
like-
That's okay to be stupid and fun.
I don't know. I mean, I've criticized stuff. Well, I mean, like Star Wars, I criticized Rey for being overpowered. It's like I can't criticize something like that and not afford the same thing to the exact same scenario. The guy's OP, like ridiculously so.
Right.
I mean, what's the explanation here? He doesn't. I mean, at least Rey has force powers. This guy, he's just a guy, but he can literally break down a skyscraper with just hitting a few beams with his axe a couple of times. That's insanity. Like I was playing, I'm sitting there getting shot at, and I don't care. I'm just running through, hitting things, and the whole building comes down.
Right, but I mean,
I should like it, but I don't.
you see, like, that's so funny. Like, to me, I really thought you were just gonna crap on this game. Like,
No,
I
it's
can't.
a decent enough game.
I'm sorry. I thought you were gonna crap on something.
Yeah, I know.
don't think that isn't like a normal thing. But no. Like, this to me looks like something I would love.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I
remember-
think you would.
No, I mean, it looks really fun. Like this whole break their rules. You run around with a dang axe and you break down everything, and everything looks destructible. And this little mech thing is actually really adorable. How it starts flailing its arms around. I think that's really cute. I don't know. This just doesn't like. This didn't catch me by surprise back then, and it like I didn't even. This came out like I remember seeing this in Blockbuster.
Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
Old.
Yeah, old man. But that's the thing. Like, I remember seeing it and just going like, "There's other games that looks a little funner."
Funner.
Looks funner to me.
Funner is now a word.
Right, but like that shot looks pretty cool. The building's just being destructive, but if that's their only like gimmick,
Hey, listen.
eh.
Ball in a cup is a perfect example of not needing a whole lot to have a lot of fun, to have hours of fun. It's
Please don't tell me you weren't one of those kids that just went, "Damn it, dang it, dang it."
no, I just picked the ball up and put it in the cup. It's like,
I did it, Mom.
I solved the puzzle. I'm too smart for my own good. You see. Mm-hmm.
I'm a problem solver. I saw a problem, I fixed it. Real simple. You see, the problem with you didn't just do this.
I also superglued it to the cup so it never falls out again.
I'm having too much fun with this analogy.
Well, the point is that it really is like just from a sheer design perspective, it's a good form of gameplay because like you could almost literally destroy anything.
Right.
Like whole entire buildings, like break it apart piece by piece. Like you could just like the guy like a guy. I remember when I was a kid, I watched this special. This is late night special about this guy who ate an entire airplane.
Excuse me?
Yeah, like he would eat it. He ate it piece by piece.
Why do I remember this now?
You kind of don't forget something.
Oh
like
my
that.
god, yeah, I do remember this.
But it's like that. It's like you could either do it piece by piece or just go to town and blow the whole thing up. You can drive a car through walls. You can blow up the joints and bring the whole thing down. It's a great mechanic. So why don't I like it? It's me being stupid. It's me overthinking it, and I'm just gonna have to live with that.
No, that's not you. Okay. I don't know why I have to defend you to you. It's not you being stupid. I just don't think that game was good.
I mean,
I think it
did
did.
you play it?
No, I didn't. But I remember, okay, again, a teenage couchman going to, Blockbuster and seeing this dude running around.
Where's the adult section?
Where's the adult section? I have a pasted on mustache.
You have an ID that says I am 18.
I am 18. I promise. But I think it came out around Just Cause. I think that's what happened. I want to say that's what happened because I remember another game did the same dang thing, and it was just like, this looks a little bit more cool.
Sometimes I find myself wondering why more games don't have it so that you can just destroy an entire building piece by piece. Although that Conan game we play, you more or less do that.
Right.
I mean, not those big monoliths. Those are
Yeah, those
static.
are theirs to stay.
Those never change. But that sort of thing is to be expected.
Right. Right. Ugh.
Speaking of expected,
Never.
I expected this to happen a long time ago, but it never really did, as far as I can tell. One game I've never cared all that much about is Halo.
What?
But I do think it's got a lot of really cool elements to it. The armor, the aliens, the gorgeous visuals, all really cool. It's like a much more toned down Warhammer 40K, honestly. Every time
Oh my god, it really is.
Yeah. Every time I see Halo, I have always wondered what it would be like if that had been made into a movie instead of a video game. As it happens, it's been adapted into multiple straight-to-video movies, as well as several paperback novels, 2 of which I have actually read.
Nerd!
Well, I've noticed that the tone for the series is always somber but hopeful, which is a nice change from the everything has got to be Shadow the Hedgehog edgy mindset we've fallen into these days. But really, it's not that I hate the Halo series, it's just more that I never really quite understood what about it people found so fascinating. I mean, other than all the reasons that I just listed. But when it just seemed to me like there were better games out there, but people seemed to fixate on this one. They just used to get so ridiculously hyped up over the prospect of a new Halo game. And I just couldn't help but ask, why? What about this do you people find so fascinating? But I have to admit that it really does have some elements. I mean, I even bought one of the Spartan toys. Like I had one. It wasn't the Master Chief. It was. I mean, the same basic design, but his armor was red.
Oh.
He had a lot of cool. It was actually one of the best damn toys I ever had. It was fully posable, highly detailed, durable, and it came with a butt ton of guns.
What every 7-year-old ever wants to say. Came with a butt ton of guns.
Really?
Dude.
I mean, come on. And like, if you think about it, if you have a child's imagination, like I did at 14, you can pretty much apply the Spartan character to just about any scenario. It's just a guy in a suit of armor, a sci-fi suit of armor, which was really cool. And speaking of really cool, I've actually composed a list of things I would like to see in this show. Yes?
I don't even think you said, it's going to be a show. I think you just went into... I was going to say, nice. I think you buried
It wasn't
the
much
lead
of a segue, but
Right.
it is going to be a show.
Yeah.
But, well, people already know that.
Right.
But thank you for catching my egregious error.
My
bad. No, that was a good thing, Couchman. Couchman too good.
No.
Here's a treat.
Oh, what am I? What was the thing in the Goonies basement?
Oh, God, sloth.
Sloth. Yeah, what am I, sloth?
Yep, you're sloth now. Congratulations.
Lord.
But yes, there is going to be a Halo TV series. I mean, I say TV in the very most generic sense of the word.
Right. It's Showtime, right?
Yeah, Showtime, the Showtime streaming service. Each episode is set to be an hour long.
No, tell me what you read.
While doing research on the subject, I found an article in which they say 10-hour long shows. The way it's written, it's just 10 hour long. So
I see what they did.
There's no they didn't really differentiate there. Just straight 10-hour long.
10-hour long.
It's like you got to go 10 1-hour long episodes. There, you're welcome. Grammar Nazi struck again.
I did it.
Anyway, back to my list. Number 1, Master Chief. Yes, he has to be in it, and I'm happy to say that according to IGN, he will be because it's supposed to be set in the to use their words, it will take place in the universe that first came to be in 2001, dramatizing an epic 26th century conflict between humanity and an alien threat known as the Covenant. Halo will weave deeply drawn personal stories with action, adventure, and a richly imagined vision of the future. I can only take that to mean, since I'm fairly confident Master Chief was in the first game, that he's going to be in it. But nevertheless, he doesn't always have to be in it. And if you're worried about him being too cool, which I always thought he was kind of cool, just give him a foil to pal around with, like Cortana. She can be the fun, plucky sidekick, as she more or less is in the game. Kind of like how in Judge Dredd, he had that psychic girl following him around. She was more or less there to provide a more human element, while all Dredd had to do was stand around and be cool.
Yeah.
All right, number 2. Master Chief never takes off his helmet. And once again, to reference Dredd, take a leaf from the sacred book of Dredd and keep the helmet on. We do not need to see behind the mask because we fell in love with the mask. I don't think anyone could argue that the most iconic thing about Master Chief is the armor that he wears.
Cortana, what?
Well, I think many of us went through puberty with Cortana, so that's a different story.
Oh, yeah. I mean, ew, but yeah.
Those guys are creepy and gross.
Those guys were really creepy.
Oh, come on, Couchman. Everyone knows you're creepy.
Only reason we don't have 1 million subscribers.
Because they have already pointed this out, I would probably skip number 3, which is game accuracy. It kind of sounds like that's what they're going for, but I'll go ahead and emphasize it for you. I won't be watching all that closely myself, but I can guarantee there will be some angry fanboys out there if you don't at least attempt to come close to the original mythos. I would suggest to just make it fall somewhere on one of the cool parts of the timeline. Again, they've already addressed that. Have him killing a bunch of ugly, mean aliens, and we'll all be satisfied. Number 4, the original soundtrack.
Oh.
Yeah, you're going to want to incorporate as much of the game music as you possibly can.
Oh.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's better. Again, another time I wish we had face cam.
You are never going to see this beautiful face and all the panoply of emotions it can convey.
Nice 10-cent word.
You're welcome.
You learned something today, kids. Write it down.
Halo is host to some great, action-packed, exciting music. You'd be hurting yourselves in the long run by not incorporating it. Number 5, and I think we can all agree this is probably the most important one, Master Chief wrecking shop. I want to see MC be the biggest badass as he was in the game. Driving through explosions, flying alien ships, riding a bomb from one ship to the other. Do all those things. He doesn't have to be front and center at all times, like I said before, but he'd better be the coolest thing in the show. And that is my list of the 5 things I want to see in the show. and I'll be a happy camper. Honestly, I could use a good sci-fi show to watch. Most of the ones out there right now aren't really doing it for me. I guess I just need something with war in it.
I need war.
Filthy, nasty warmonger.
I do not think your first point is going to happen. I do not think Master
You
Chief.
don't think she's going to be in it?
I think Master Chief will be a cameo in it, but I don't think he's going to be in it. I don't think he's going to be the main focus of this.
But Couchman.
But this here's my theory on it. I think they're hoping that this is Showtime's next big. This is going to be Showtime's Game of Thrones, right?
Why must everything be used Game of Thrones as a barometer?
Because it's a giant production. That's all. It's a giant theatrical production that is on
demand. Sorry
Right.
to derail you. Go ahead and keep going.
But I think if this is perceived well enough, if people like it well enough, it would not surprise me in like what was the date I heard on this? Was it
2019.
2019? In 2022, you don't hear Master Chief. Just to give us what we want, and that is a movie. I think I would much rather see a Master Chief movie than a series, and that's surprising because I am Mr. Give Me series all the time.
Well, traditionally, video game movies never seem to work well, except for that Warcraft movie.
Warcraft wasn't bad. Actually, I'm glad you brought this up, not to completely derail or interrupt you.
Well, we're coming back to it, so go
Right.
ahead.
Have you seen Ratchet and Clank?
Yes, I have.
Not bad.
Not bad, no.
Not bad. Not bad.
I would just say not bad.
Yeah. Continue.
Well, actually, in that vein, I like how when you encounter Captain Quark, they mention the movie.
Right.
And the he's like, yeah, that was a good movie, and Captain Quark is like, yeah, if you like all CG.
He was the best part of that entire movie. I love him.
He's the best part of anything, Captain Quark.
Captain Quark needs.
Ooh, Captain Quark, Master Chief team up to save the universe.
Dude, Quark would beat the crap out of Master Chief.
Sure, in Quark's version of the story, he absolutely
Exactly. He'll be there getting fed by a straw, and he'll be like, dude, I kicked that guy's ass.
Yes, if it wasn't for the meteor shower that quickly hit my ship on the ride home, I wouldn't be in this situation. Or no, he'd be like, yeah, but you should see the other guy.
Right. No. You see the other guy.
Yeah. Okay. We went way off tangent.
Yeah, no, but still, no. I would much rather see a Master Chief movie than a series, because Master Chief, the reason he was such like a badass because he had 2000itis, where every single main character was a silent protagonist that you could put your face on and say, yeah, this is me. If you flush out this dude's backstory, it's going to hurt this character just a wee bit. That's another reason that I don't think...
I mean, he did talk.
He did talk. He talked, but he was grizzled white guy voice number 3.
We know that's not fair. We don't even know that he was white.
Well, no, you're right. Because what was it? A few years, like in the early 2000s, before 3, they were saying how like Samuel L. Jackson was going to play him in a movie. I think they actually did like screenshots of him. I remember seeing some.
Feel like he's not right for the role.
Right. Well, nowadays, but early
Like
2000s.
even back then.
Really?
Yeah, I don't feel like he's right for the role.
Then again,
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I love me some Sammy J, but I don't see that. I don't see that at all.
But that's my thing. I don't see a lot of like the only character that I can think that went from silent protagonist to we're gonna talk, and actually it actually worked out was Jack from Jack and Daxter.
I don't know. I mean, it's not like Master Chief's voice was offensive.
Well, no. I'm not saying his voice is offensive or anything. It's just, it's so...
I mean, I get it.
It's so in the middle of the road where it could be your voice, my voice, that voice, his voice.
Yeah, but you made the Jack and Daxter comparison, which perplexes me because originally Jack was mute. That's not the case with Master Chief. He's not mute. He just doesn't talk much.
Right. I mean...
I don't share necessarily your... Well, like I said, all they got to do is do the same thing Dredd did. Just make him be the cool guy and have somebody else do all the talking.
Right.
Which is totally fine. It's like we don't necessarily need him to be the character that rounds out and learns a lesson. The same is true of like Conan. You know, it's like he's always going to be Conan. He's a one-dimensional character.
Right.
It's the world around him that changes, and that's what's so good about those stories.
Right, but
among other things.
Yeah, but again, every single thing you have, it needs to be like this, it needs to be like that, or Master Chief needs to be brought to you like this. They're all movies. I don't know if I could sit for, a 10 episode season and be like, okay, cool, I got maybe a paragraph out of this dude.
I highly disagree
that
it needs to be a movie, because a series is an excellent... Here's the thing. It needs to not be so serious in terms of...
Oh.
I got to choose my words carefully.
Right. Because I'm going to jump on you physically.
What I'm trying to put together here is maybe aim for somewhere within the Clone Wars TV series style of tone.
Okay.
Where it's just dark and grim enough to make you aware of the fact that the stakes are high, but at the same time it doesn't go overboard like so many of these shows feel like they have to do. And make it accessible to not just adults but children as well. Because I mean, look back on some of the best sci-fi heroes and you'll see...
Like Captain Quark.
Immediately think of Captain Quark, Buck Rogers, or...
Oh my God, you brought up Buck Rogers. Holy crap.
There is a third one I'm struggling to come up with. He had that annoying little robot that went bitty, 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 bitty all the damn time. If I could just remember his name, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Bitty, 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 I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's who I'm thinking. Buck Rogers. Sorry. That's the same thing. Buck Rogers. I'm thinking Flash Gordon as the other guy.
Oh, okay.
But those are in episode form. So a character like Master Chief lends himself well to episodic adventures. Each one being, what will happen to our hero? Except, we do it a little subtler, a little less corny, a little less daytime TV. That's what I'm envisioning for the Halo series. Do you disagree?
I disagree. I mean, even the core of its existence. Let's just take the games themselves. They are space epics, especially the newer ones. It takes 5 years for them to come out with one. I think, and this is maybe me going on just a random tangent, but a series. A game that could be a really good series and could be fresh every single series or season is something like Assassin's Creed, because that is you can pop that out every single year.
The examples to cite.
No, it's cringy as all heck.
Hey, they're gonna run out of historical things to plagiarize for their.
No, they won't. Assassin's Creed 57. Kieroneus is 100th episode.
God.
Couchman was a Templar the entire time.
Yeah, and I'm whatever the bad guy is.
They would both be Templars.
Okay.
Yeah, but regardless. But no, something like that, as, stupid as that game is, I think that lends itself better to a series because you can go, okay, here's a season and here's this.
My problem with that, Couchman, is that as I've already implied, it's finite. Whereas with Halo, you're in space and you've got just a huge variety of aliens to shoot. So you can spread that premise pretty thin before it gets old.
Well,
in the drama that ensues and all the adventures that Master Chief and Cortana can get up to in the process, it doesn't necessarily have to mirror the game perfectly. It can be like be like an in between sort of thing. It's like this is what's happening in between each game, so to speak. So like the Clone Wars.
I was going to say like the Clone Wars, like a Rogue One.
No.
Don't you know me?
Well, Rogue One was a movie, and not a particularly good one.
Yeah. But okay, that's my thing. I do think where you say the Assassin's Creed is finite, Halo's super finite. How many times
managed to make 6 games out of it?
Yeah, but that 6 games within like a year span, within like that timeline, is like 2-3 years. They're just picking up one after another, really. Where something like Assassin's Creed, you could set that up just like American Horror Story, where each season is going to be its own timeline and own thing. You don't like American Horror Story?
No, I don't like Assassin's Creed.
No,
can you pick another example? Please?
No, because that is perfect. That is ripe for the picking. I hate to say it, that really is.
Hold on, just one moment. I just want to make it clear here. I'm not saying that Assassin's Creed wouldn't make a good series for people who like Assassin's Creed.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I would hate it. I wouldn't even look at it. But it could possibly work. But that doesn't mean that Halo doesn't work.
I just think Halo works as a movie. I think it works as a trilogy. I think it works as a quadrilogy. Whatever that means. What is this? What is
Hands off the table.
Oh, I am sorry. I do that all the time.
I was trying to be nice, Couchman.
I was like, what's up, T-Rex? I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But no, it's where... Okay, I get where you're coming from. To me, okay, yeah. To me, Halo is too boring.
Oh, well, okay, you just don't like Halo.
No, I actually really like Halo. I just think it's too boring to have a series made out of it. It's
with a bunch of explosions and gunfights and stuff.
And I think that's boring.
Too boring?
Yeah.
Jeez, you probably like a lot of movies and shows where they just stand around and talk.
Of course I do, and they smoke cigarettes, and it's in black and white, and Paris is the backdrop.
I mean, listen, in this day and age, where everything's got to be explosions, we can't. A show like this couldn't possibly work. Can I help you,
Michael Bay?
That's what I'm saying. Guys like him.
You think he could
like
make
this? Is tailor-made. He wouldn't be my first choice, no. But if I couldn't find anybody else to do it, as I worked my way down my list of phone calls I got to make, and his was on there at the very end with maybe like a butter stain on the next to his name.
Michael Bay. Oh, this asshole. But. No, but I do think you're right. I would want it be that a theatrical adaptation needs to be done for this. I do believe that. I believe that it needs to be live action. It needs to be something cool.
Both things can be cool, or both things can be done. It can be a series and it can be a movie.
Right? No, you're 100% right. And
well, thank you. I'm right. That's all I needed.
That's all I needed. Next topic. Goodbye, everyone. No, but I think the movie you kept on bringing up, Dredd. They would have to do it like Dredd. They would have to.
Well, they're trying to get a series for Dread off the ground. I wish them the best of luck. It's sort of in development hell, but
Yeah.
I would love to see that, actually.
I was gonna say, I was like, when you said I wish them all the best, I thought you were like, I don't want to see a Dread series. I was like, why do you want to see a Halo series?
No. Quite the opposite. I'd love to see it. Because again, this is a character with limitless potential, and it shows because the series has been around for quite some time. I want to say maybe about 50 years or so.
I was gonna say,
And Dread ages in real time, by the way.
I would say the comic books are nuts. Oh my goodness, they're nutter butters.
Yeah, well, it's that just goes to show a character like that has a lot of potential.
Right.
I'd like to see it realized. Maybe not necessarily a series that goes on forever and ever. And like I said, there are a lot of straight-to-video adaptations, one of which I actually thought was really good. It was on Netflix for a while. I cannot remember the name of it, but it was a live-action series, and the Big Chief himself showed up, which I thought was really cool.
Was that the school one?
Yes.
Yeah, I did see that.
What'd you think?
It was really good for the limited budget they had. It would have been. I think it would have been really, really awesome if they chucked them another $1 million.
Forward Unto Dawn.
Yeah,
Was the name of the movie.
Was that the weird one where like there was a whole mess of Master Chiefs? Like Master Chief was the one who beat the big baddies, but then they were like in an.
Oh yeah, the Spartans were it was before they got all wiped out. No, I don't think they ever showed what was under the helmet in that one.
Why do I have this like really vivid like scene of that movie, and it's of this movie of the Spartans taking off their helmets and they are baby faces, like just baby faced.
That's weird. I've never seen that. I could not tell you. In the games, though, they don't show them with baby faces. They just got like human faces.
Right.
Well, I mean, babies are human. They got
No, they're not.
adult faces. Yes, they're nasty, spitting little parasites, and I hate them. But one of the books that I read, the story of how the Spartans came to be is actually pretty screwed up. Apparently, they just kidnapped children at random from their families and subject them to all kinds of genetic modification as well as biomechanical augmentation, and then put them to work fighting the Covenant. It's pretty crazy.
That is bonkers.
They were saying that like when they were like 7 years old, they looked like they were actually 14 because of the all the augmentations. Like I said, like a very toned down Warhammer 40K.
Right.
I hope I'm not like just making people be like, oh my god, it is like Warhammer 40K.
Oh, you already did that to me.
It sucks now.
I know. Well, come on. Warhammer 40K is so much more metal than Halo.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're worlds apart.
Yeah.
They only share minor similarities. It's in Warhammer, everything's nuts, completely bananas, gazonkers. It's always war all the time, never ending. Whereas with Halo, it's like there's war, and then, sometimes not war.
Then Master Chief is brooding over being all emo over in the corner somewhere, and then, oh no, the Covenant's back. Oh, thank God.
Master Chief goes into the Odin sleep.
Right.
Speaking of Odin sleep, feeling a little tired myself, honestly. We might need to go to a break, Couchman, but when we return, we still have much more to get to. Lots of fun, interesting topics. But just, while you're out there, don't be toxic. And when we come back, we'll teach you how to be even more so. It's a long way up from here. This is Kieroneus TV. I am Kieroneus, and with me is Couchman.
Yay me!
Yay indeed, as we celebrate our independence. Doing a 100th episode. It's like the fates decreed that this should happen. And I'm so happy and proud.
Right. I was gonna say, hey, that is pretty serendipitous that it did happen on the 4th. That is pretty rad.
It is serendipitous that I just completely decided to okay, this is how we're doing it now. So please don't call me out for being a fake. I'm calling myself out for it. I did not keep track of how many shows we've done.
Right.
I just know we've done a lot of them.
Let's just call it a Hunsky.
Some of which I kept, some of which I let fall to the wayside, which, I don't know, maybe I sort of regret it. But at the same time, I'm not super... I don't want to keep shows that I think are crappy. Like if, say, somebody's talking in the background or...
Never happened before.
The cleaning service droids don't understand that we're doing a show and that the
never
vacuum
happens.
cleaner gets picked up in the background. I don't like to hang on to those. But as we transition into a new era of Twitch broadcasting excellence, I just want to remind you that your contributions are always very much appreciated. If you have anything, a fan fiction, a poem, some form of fan art, provided that it's Twitch safe, we will put it up on the air. Please remember that when you send it in, you are giving us absolutely free license to do with it as we see fit. That includes criticism, curating it for quality, or just
making a rap out of it.
Making a rap out of it, a hit single out of it, or just straight up absolutely roasting the hell out of it. Making fun of it, calling it crap. Like, when I called Blob Show a chode and he really took offense to it. To the point where he killed me off in his fan fiction.
It was awesome.
It was pretty spectacular. I'm not going to lie. But Blob Show, you're still a chode. But yes, please send them in. Send them in to dearkieroneus@gmail.com. If you forget that, don't worry. I wrote it down here on the page. Isn't that wonderful, folks? But also, I'll be sure to I'll put it in the comments. Sorry, that little box underneath the YouTube video.
Information.
Comments. It says comments. I don't know what it's supposed to be. I'm going to put it there so that you can remember it. Okay?
It's going to be below this.
100th episode, and I don't know how to YouTube. I pretty much just confess on air that I don't know YouTube terminology.
Right.
But it's okay. Subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so that you know when we go on. Well, when we drop an episode. By the way, if you are listening to this on YouTube, you're probably listening to an old one. Okay? Usually, I can never get around to getting it onto YouTube till about the next week. So if you want them hot and fresh and right out of the oven, you get your cute little self down to twitch.tv/Kieroneus. I always make sure to leave the link and a just full-on in bold font at the end of every show, tell you exactly where to go. Twitch.tv/Kieroneus. That's where you'll see us live, loud and proud, uncut, uncensored, completely unhinged.
Too true.
Yes.
Too true.
But speaking of unhinged, I've been hearing a lot lately about a certain group of fans.
Yay.
But I'm forced to remind both myself and you guys that there's all kinds of fan bases, and every single one of them is toxic. In a recent tweet, Christopher McQuarrie stated that he was not interested in doing Star Wars anymore due to how nasty the fans are. This is based on a tweet that he sent out, and in case you don't know who I'm talking about, because I sure as hell didn't know who the hell he was, check out Comic Book Resources, where I first saw the tweet. He helped do some reshoots for the Rogue One movie, according to comic book resources. Here's one of his tweets. I've already... This is from Ryan Johnson. I've already blocked the obviously well-adjusted SS dude, and I assume he means like a Nazi or something. But Austin, would you please move Chris and I from the conversation if you continue it? Next time you reply, click on our names, and I'll give you the option to uncheck them. Thanks, man. To which Christopher McQuarrie responded, my friend, after 5 minutes of this, I don't know why you're still on Twitter. I would have loved to make a Star Wars film someday. I'm cured. It's like, I mean, for one thing, good riddance. I'm kidding. I am absolutely kidding.
What do you mean you're kidding?
Because I don't actually mean him any ill will. That's the whole issue here. This is not the first time that fan toxicity has been used to reference fans of Star Wars. Lest we forget, poor Kelly Marie Tran quit Instagram because, well, there's no denying it, people are disgusting. People completely blasted her with all kinds of disgusting comments, and I am very sorry that she had to go through that.
Is that the...
That she played, I believe it was Rose.
Oh, okay.
In your favorite movie.
Yeah. Yep. I know who you're talking about.
But that behavior is completely appalling, whether you like the movie or not. And let's get this out of the way. People of the internet, that was very naughty. Very naughty indeed.
Bad Couchman, bad.
Well, and that's pretty much all I can say. It's not like I can actually shame them into stopping. You know, that said, and I mean this to everybody on the Star Wars team, sack up and do your job. Okay? You may not like it. We may not like your movies. But you know what? At the end of the day, you just have to go out there and make your movie, and come what may. I mean, hell, we literally just dealt with a toxic viewer saying all kinds of nasty, disgusting things that we are not going to allow on the air here if we can help it. You know?
Right.
But my question is, how do you think people are going to react to these movies? Unless you've been living under a rock for the last 30-some years since the last classic one came out, you must know how important it is to people. There are people for whom this is literally a religion. You can complain about the toxic fan base until you're blue in the face. Yes, Couchman?
No, you brought that up. You know, in England, the government has recognized it as a religion.
So there you go.
You can write in the whatever the census is over there, whatever form they take. Jedi is, I want to say, there's 13% of English people that are under the religion of Jedi.
Please feel free to look into it, folks. That's interesting. I did not know that.
That's because you're not a true fan.
I guess not.
That's because you liked Jedi.
But here's the thing. You guys stepped into this mess. You wanted to make a Star Wars movie. Did you not expect that there was going to be negative repercussions? I mean, I'm reminded of The Dark Knight, where it is like, you spat in the faces of some of Gotham's most notorious criminals. Did you not think there'd be repercussions? If I'm misquoting, please forgive me. But
I love you.
But that's pretty much what you're dealing with, Brucey. I mean, I may not be a particularly big fan of the new movies myself, but if you're truly an artist, if you truly love what you do, then to hell with them. It doesn't matter what the nasty people out there are saying. It's not, it's not important to what you are doing. All of the greatest artists of ancient times of yore have had to deal with much harsher, much more cruel barbs than you've had to deal with. I mean, it's not even a joke. People were put to death for their artwork. So if you're just mad at a couple of tweets, I'm sorry, I don't sympathize all that much. I can say, yeah, it's disgusting. They shouldn't do that. But this is Star Wars, and unfortunately, it's very big. It's bigger than you, it's bigger than me, it's bigger than all of us. Like I said, it's practically a religion to some people. But here's the thing. Not everyone who is a fan of Star Wars is toxic. In fact, I'm willing to wager that the vast majority of fans are nice, civil people. I've spoken to many fans myself, and yeah, they're not super keen on the new Star Wars movies, but they don't want you guys dead.
Man.
I have asked. Yeah, a lot of us hate the direction the new Star Wars is going in, but we're not going to send you death threats or tell you to kill yourself. And here's another news flash. We don't all live on the internet. I'm only on the internet because I have to be. It's kind of part and parcel with having a show. But there's a considerably large number of people who use the internet just for buying stuff and keeping up with friends and family. Also consider that internet trolls will create fake accounts just for being a nuisance. That viewer that I told you about, Smelly Kid, I'm willing to bet that's a fake account.
Oh no!
Even if he gets banned from Twitch, he's just going to resurface later with another account. You know, that's how that works. So all I'm trying to really say is, even though I don't necessarily approve of what you're doing, you really just got to do what you intend to do.
You're so kind. You're so nice.
In what way? I didn't think I was being all that nice.
Because I will say the problem with, yes, believe you me, and I've railed on certain fan bases and just saying they are pure toxic out there. Not saying they're that fan base again.
Well, that's the thing. Sorry to cut you off.
That's fine.
That's a point I was really trying to get at, is that, you know, it's you can't condemn the whole fan base just because you've got a minority of people who are, and even a minority can still be a large number of people. Just throwing that out there. It doesn't necessarily mean you're only getting like 1 or 2 death threats. I'm sure you're getting a lot, and I'm sure it's very stressful. But you cannot condemn the whole fan base just because of them. I wish we could purge them, but unfortunately, they have the right to express their opinions. Right. Anyway, Couchman, sorry to cut you off.
No, that's totally fine. But this is the thing. The death threats, okay, that's taking it too far. But this is the thing. It's your fault. Make a better Star Wars movie. I really would think that's not too damn difficult to do, but Kathleen Kennedy, the producer of this new agenda.
I've gone and done it again, haven't I?
Yeah, you have, dude.
I got Couchman triggered.
She's the problem. I'm not the only person pointing this damn finger at her. She's the one saying, "Oh, well, this Star Wars isn't for men. Well, this Star Wars isn't for this. Well, all the loser virgins who are on Twitter just tweeting, you know, all this stuff out, they're losers."
So she was taking a leaf out of the Paul Feig book.
Totally.
And saying, if you don't like my movie, it's because you're a terrible person.
No,
that's wonderful, Couchman.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay.
But this is... yeah.
Something. I feel a little less sympathetic towards her, at least.
No,
not for the actress. Not for the actress. I feel sympathy for the actress who played Rose.
No, I feel bad for her. Yeah. I feel bad. Nobody should get a death threat over a portrayal of somebody. Mm-hmm. Nobody should do that. But again, you brought up the religion thing. I didn't even make that connection until you said something. Yeah, some of this is life to these people. Yeah, right. Some of these are like, hey, these movies, Luke Skywalker is the reason I'm a decent human being. Ben Kenobi is the reason I'm a decent human being. Darth Vader is the reason I have millions of dollars and I'm a ruthless businessman. These things have shaped people's lives. Yeah. You're spitting in their faces with really these new freaking movies.
You really should. Really, I cannot imagine how you were just dum-de-dum-de-dum. Oh, look, Star Wars.
Right. But this is the thing. Finally, I don't think we might have touched on this, but I am going to applaud the fan base out there.
Surely not for making such nasty comments.
Not for making nasty comments, but for saying, for just unwillingly knowing and just looking at everybody without looking at everybody and just saying, hey, if you're a true fan, we're done with it. We're not going to go to the movies anymore and watch it. True fans are the reason why Solo bombed. Because we're sick of it. That movie could have been really good. I'm not going to lie. I was one of those guys who said, I'm not going to watch this movie. I'm sick and tired. I'm done with the franchise.
Yeah, I remember.
I went back and watched one of our old podcasts. I was the most jacked up, jazzed out guy. Like, oh my goodness, they're finally giving me the backstory of this. They're showing me the Kessel Run. They're showing me this. I'm so happy.
But that's because you thought it would open the gateway for the Boba Fett movie.
Well, no, I was also really excited for it. I was excited for Han Solo. Han Solo is very, very interesting. But
I
yeah,
remember
no.
your declaration. That,
Oh yeah, because if that is successful, Boba Fett will be in the works. And the instant they announced it and they did their projections, they're like, okay, yeah, we're kind of looking at a Boba Fett, but then all of a sudden, nothing happened.
Solo movie didn't do so
Yeah,
well.
it just pooed out. And it wasn't like, hell, let's even go back to The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi was in a legitimate box office battle with freaking Jumanji. A Star Wars film was in a box office battle with a remake of a crappy board game movie. Let that really sink in. It is not the fans' fault. The fans grew up.
Yeah.
We still love it. We will take crappy old Star Wars. We really will. We will get back in the DeLorean and go to the movie theaters and wave around our flashlight with a tinfoil at the end of it saying, hey, look, it's a lightsaber, and we'll be as giddy as a clown if you just give us something good. You haven't given us anything good. Not a damn thing.
I'm trying. I want to. It's like I'm so inspired by your speech, but it's like I want to agree with you. But like I said, I gotta try to remain neutral.
I know you do.
I'm trying to give the new Star Wars series a fair shake because it's Star Wars. Star Wars means something to me. Yeah, it always has been a huge part of my life. So it's like maybe it'll all shake out well in the end, but. As for the other movies that are coming out, it's like, yeah, I'm not a fan.
Okay.
I hated Rogue One. I wasn't even remotely interested in the Han Solo movie. And if you need clarification on that as to why, just go back and watch our older episode.
Right.
Don't know which one numerically it is.
It was something like
but
80 or something.
we definitely have it archived.
Right.
It's on the YouTube page. Link available below on this page.
I will say this, actually, that came up in my suggested feed on YouTube, which
Yay.
I was really cool with. I forgot that we were talking about that earlier today, and I forgot to mention it.
Will people remember us when we are dead and gone?
Okay, but this is the thing. Let's say, for some reason, the only way you could get a ticket to the next Star Wars, like the end of this trilogy, of this new trilogy, is to buy tickets from this Kathleen Kennedy person. She would look at you, spit in your face because you are a stupid blogging, podcasting nerd, and this is not your Star Wars.
Her name again is Kathleen Kennedy?
Kathleen Kennedy.
Kathleen Kennedy. Miss Kennedy.
Finally, I had to remember her name. I had to say she who shall not be named.
I would like to address her directly.
Bite me.
No. Miss Kennedy, I don't know who hurt you. I don't know what your personal grievance is with us. But I can assure you, any feelings, negative or otherwise, are reflected entirely by the things that you have said. I mean, really, I am trying to give you a chance. You have to meet me halfway. You can't just sit there and pull a Paul Feig and call anybody who doesn't like your nonsense a terrible person, which is exactly what you are doing. Let's say that I don't like Sausage Party. Does that make me a terrible person? I didn't like Meet the Feebles. Does that make me a terrible person?
Makes you sane.
Exactly. It means they're just bad movies, okay? They're not good movies. If a movie isn't good, people just aren't necessarily going to like it. Now, I'm not saying your movies aren't good. I'm just saying that you're not taking criticism the right way. It's like, yeah, there are nasty people on the internet, but really, who cares what they think? If someone offers you constructive criticism of your movie and they happen to be a man, but you're still saying, oh, well, it's just because you're a man, then you are not allowing at all for any constructive criticism. And that is something of a petty, small-minded person.
Well, you see, I hear you, Kieroneus, but
Quit
instead
mansplaining at me.
But you see, what I'm going to do is put yet another all-salt planet and have that be the entirety of the last thing. That's what she did. She's like, oh, they're being all salty towards me, so I'm going to put their beloved hero's death on a salt planet.
Here's the thing.
And
we're this is kind of me chasing my tail at this point, but what the heck? I'm going to do it anyway. You drag someone's favorite series through the mud, and you're wondering, why don't people like me? It's like if I punched Couchman in the face right now.
Yes, Daddy.
Couchman, you're not helping.
What? I'm sorry.
Let's say I punched someone in the face and said, "Take that," and they were like, "Damn, you really suck, man. That was uncalled for." I'm like, "Well, you just don't like podcast hosts."
Actually, that's kind of funny. That's a pretty good analogy.
I mean, in what universe does that make any sense? Well, obviously, the one you live in. The one where your movies are good.
The one where she's getting billions and billions of dollars to do this to a fan base that hasn't done a damn thing to her.
And also, if you want to blame toxic masculinity for your movie, for your movie's less than stellar reviews, I mean, take a good long hard look at the Han Solo movie, a movie that's about a male character. Okay?
Right.
I don't think gender has anything to do with it. People just aren't into your movies. I'm sorry that you don't like that.
Or what was that? Was it Forbes? No, it's not. It's not. It's not people. It's white. It's white men that we have to blame for this.
Yes.
Like, just make a good movie. You've blamed you've blamed everybody but the movie.
Have some personal accountability.
Yeah.
Do your freaking job.
4 movies. They've made 4. Kathleen Kennedy's reign has come with 4 Star Wars movies, and she swung and missed on every single one.
Honestly, if I were the person pulling the strings, gosh,
right,
I'd have fired her ass the minute she said that. It's like, how dare you misrepresent our company this way? You realize that there's a lot riding on this, that so many people are in love with this. To go out there and to just horribly represent us, you are fired.
This is the other thing. I feel like you want to get off this topic, but
Couchman, that's the thing. I could talk about this all day.
I know we could, and that's the dangerous part.
Yeah.
But this is my thing. It would be one thing if okay, it's a Disney property. Let's not kid ourselves. It's a Disney property. Disney has a say in these things. It would be something if I was like, wow, this is just a typical Disney thing. It isn't. Look at their Marvel stuff. The Marvel stuff, be that Mick Marvel movies or whatever, they're making money. They are not pissing a lot of people off unless you're the Wasp and you have a issue with booby armor. Like, they're not pissing anybody off. If anything, they have given a singled out group a hero that, they really wanted to see on film, and that was Black Panther. Like, what in the living hell is going on with the Star Wars branch of Disney?
Yeah, I think they're just like not. I think they're about to sever that atrophying limb.
Wow, that is insane.
Not so much as like complete dead, cut it off, but I think that it's like, okay, we're not going to put all our eggs in this basket anymore.
I mean, not only that, like, what was it during the prequels? A dirty word on this podcast.
No, just
the
M word.
Yeah. During those days, those toys still flew off the shelves.
I had a Darth Maul.
Everybody did. Darth Maul was amazing.
Well, I also had a young Obi-Wan and a Qui-Gon Jinn.
Exactly. You can't give this stuff away at all. And they're timing every single movie release with Christmas. They cannot give away these toys because it's just so crappy.
I actually learned something interesting on a show called The Toys That Made Us, a series on Netflix.
How is that?
It's pretty good, actually.
Cool.
It's very informative. And
does it hit you in right here in the feels?
No, but it's like I said, it's informative.
Oh, that's cool.
Part of Star Wars' success was moving toys,
right?
And doesn't seem like you're really doing that these days. I mean,
exactly.
So that's probably another big part. The point is, stop blaming the wrong group. And stop trying to spread fear, hatred, and suspicion where there is none. And speaking of which, the game that turned you all into women-hating Satanists is getting remastered.
Oh, I cannot wait.
It would seem that, just like our parents, we can't stop living in an old decade, no matter how crappy it was. I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, Night Trap, a game that I never played.
What?
Couchman, honestly, who had that game besides you?
Besides you.
The acting was porno grade, the visual presentation is unappealing, and it was for a system that almost nobody bought. I mean, I sure as hell never bought it. Who had the money? Most kids were playing SNES back in my day.
I had it for the PC.
You know what the worst part is? I would probably play it. In spite of all my bashing it, I would probably play it. I mean, I didn't get to back in the 90s, so this is my big chance. It's coming to consoles, including the PlayStation and the Switch.
No, it isn't coming to the Switch. Oh my god.
Yes, indeed. Couchman's leaving. Couchman, come back. We have a podcast to do. You cannot leave to go buy Night Trap, okay?
We did it, folks. We did it.
You were just going to rush right out there and buy that game.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. Now that means we have a portable version.
Oh, I'm so happy.
The Potty Companion 9000 has become that much more.
Oh, an essential. Everybody needs this system just for this game, and so you can go to the bathroom and play Night Trap.
I feel very weird about this, but if you think about it, Night Trap is kind of a proto version of Five Nights at Freddy's, or FNAF for those of you who are too lazy to use actual words. You play as a sort of security guard, switching a camera through various rooms, and all of the events take place in real time. So if you miss something while you're looking at another camera, that's it, you missed it. Also, interestingly enough to point out, back in the 90s, Senator Joe Lieberman sat before judges and told them that Night Trap, among other games like Mortal Kombat, was teaching kids to be violent.
Right.
We all know that's crap, so I'm not going to go into it. This is just another example to remind you that your right to play video games is constantly being discussed by a bunch of stodgy old men who do not understand the artistic medium of video games. Do not take this lightly. Video games are not written into the Constitution. I checked. It's something that we have to keep an eye on. They're going to try to find excuses to regulate it.
Right.
Rant over. I'm kind of excited, Couchman.
Oh,
It's like I know going in it's going to be bad.
oh, it's horrible.
I mean,
It is horrible.
I mean, really, go back and watch that. Go back and watch that infamous bathroom scene. And honestly, just go into YouTube, type "infamous bathroom scene," and it will know exactly what you're talking about.
You might be able to get away with just a bathroom scene. You might be able to get away with that.
Yeah. And like, just actually watch it, and it's just like, was anybody really buying that?
The acting, okay. They need. The only thing that could make this better is that there's two. It comes with two versions, the original and a remaster, where you have like top grade actresses like Scarlett Johansson, all these all these like A-list sorry, all these A-list people doing it. It's the only way it could get any better. The only way it could get any better for me.
Yeah, and the intruders just have them be like these really
Seth Rogen in that group would be perfect.
He just shot it right in the ass, Couchman.
Right?
No. Just make the intruders really super fast, scary CG monsters. Because, okay, spoiler alert. You have 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The intruders are vampires. It's not a particularly brilliant game. They're trying to harvest people's blood or some crap like that.
Oh, it's amazing. Wait, was it getting to the point not only people, they were trying to harvest virgin blood?
I don't remember, because
I remember it got
I never
really
played
weird. It got really weird.
It's a stupid game, but it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, you know it's going to be bad, so really you don't have anyone to blame but yourself.
Oh no, I'm pointing to my phone as in, why isn't it on my phone already?
What, Night Trap?
Yeah, it's not. It's actually, it wouldn't be a bad mobile game.
No, really, it would work just fine. That's how far we've come. You can play Night Trap on your phone. You know, it's an amazing time we live in, ladies and gentlemen. What with it being the 4th of July in our nation, the great and wonderful America, which I left down below on the surface of planet Earth, but I still think fondly of. So celebrate your independence to play crappy games like Night Trap, and don't let stuffy old politicians prevent you from enjoying your right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of violence in video games. I'm Kieroneus. Couchman is with me. We will see you next time, ladies and gentlemen, right here on Kieroneus TV.